Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Edge Innovate, particularly to the First Minister, Arlene Foster, the Deputy First Minister, Michelle O'Neill, the Minister of State for Northern Ireland, Robin Walker, and Minister Dodds. My name is Dara Cullen, and I am the Managing Director here at Edge Innovate, where we're proud to host the launch of the Mid-South West Regional Strategy Plan in this, our new factory. Edge Innovate, together with many other businesses from across the three council areas, have been involved in helping to shape the development of the strategy for the Mid-South West Plan, and we're delighted to see it being launched here today. The very concept of three councils working together as one in pursuit of targeted investment and economic growth inspired all our businesses to get involved. Together we are much stronger in our determination to improve the Mid-South West region. As businesses, we were uncompromisingly honest in our views on where the Mid-South West economy excels, and more crucially, where critical investment is needed, and this is reflected in the strategy plan being launched today. The strategy sets out how we can further improve this region in the future by making it easier for businesses like ours to excel, innovate, grow, and become even bigger players in the global marketplace. Our collaboration with the three councils, indeed with government in general, we hope is not over. The best economies thrive when businesses work closely with government, especially with departments such as the economy and education. We are particularly keen to work with the councils with regard to formulating a strategy for the proposed new Centre of Excellence. Businesses in this region have some huge challenges in the period ahead. The COVID pandemic and its impact on the health and safety of our people is obviously our number one concern. COVID-19, however, presents us with much uncertainty. Other concerns are obviously Brexit, access to the European and international marketplace, and of course the free movement of people. Manufacturing companies, especially in this region, have relied heavily on new people from across Europe, and we are very worried about restrictions on this in the future. The main message from business during this consultation was that we have concerns over a shortage of skilled people. People are the difference between business success and failure, between mediocrity and being a world-class organisation. Our education and training systems need changed so we can bring more people into industries that promise real growth. We can't keep preparing people for jobs that don't exist anymore. We need to focus on the jobs that are here today and the jobs that are going to be here tomorrow. We have a long journey ahead of us, but if we are continue to grow and sustain highly competitive organisations and raise our levels of productivity and therefore our standards of living, then we need to address this issue. Businesses in this area benefit greatly from the fantastic work ethic of the people in this region, but we need to find better ways of getting the most from ourselves for the benefit of us all. We welcome the announcement from Minister Dodds last week on incentives for employers to recruit and retain apprentices. We do, however, need to look seriously at our education and training systems and invest more in apprenticeships and more relevant upskilling for the jobs in this region. The growth of so many companies in this area is being curtailed by not having enough people trained at the highest levels for the jobs available. In the 25 years that this company has been in operation, we have grown capacity and headcount at this facility and have ambitious growth plans for the years ahead. Last year, we announced an investment of nearly £8 million in the business, including an expansion of its production and office facilities and the construction of a new 50,000 square foot factory, which you are sitting in today. The investment also includes the creation of 80 new jobs, and a leadership and skills development programme. Last year we were honoured with the Queen's Award for Enterprise for International Trade, and we add that to a growing list of awards including Deloitte Best Managed Company, Waste Equipment Innovation of the Year from Sustainable Ireland, and Exporter Award at the prestigious Made in UK Awards. I have no doubt that many of the businesses here and many businesses across the Mid-South West region can boast similar accolades. So just imagine what companies like ours and others across this region can achieve if greater investment is made in the right projects and the correct interventions. With the regional economic strategy in place, the path to future success as a result of better infrastructure and an enhanced, improved skills base will not just simply address the regional economic imbalances, but will significantly enhance our ability to perform even better. And I, for one, am excited about the future for Mid-South West. I'd like now to hand over to Councillor Cathal Malaghan, who is Chair of the Mid-South West Region Governance Steering Group.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dara, and good afternoon, everyone. Whether you're joining us in person or virtually, I'm delighted to welcome you today for the launch of the Regional Economic Strategy for the Mid-South West. May I extend a particular warm welcome to Minister Arlene Foster, First Minister, Minister Michelle O'Neill, Deputy First Minister, Minister Robin Walker from the NIO, and Minister for the Economy, Diane Dodds. Your presence here underlines the significance of what's happening today. I'd also like to say a huge thank you to Dara for hosting us. Edge Innovate is the ideal backdrop for this event. As a global leader in the materials handling sector, it is a superb example of the ethos, the achievement and the ambition of the Mid-South West region. In fact, it does what it says on the tin. It's at the cutting edge of innovation, constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible, and that's what we're talking about today, a strategy which aims to create the conditions for companies like this to build on the great work that they've been doing and to achieve even greater success. The Mid-South West region is made up of 3 council areas: Armagh City, Banbridge and Craigavon, Fermanagh and Omagh and Mid-Ulster, and it's my privilege to chair the Governance Steering Group. So why collaborate? Quite simply because we realise that by working together rather than alone, by pooling our resources, our knowledge and our influence, there was so much more we could achieve for the benefit of the entire region, socially and economically. We've also had important support. Today's launch is a result of long hours of hard work and dedication by a host of stakeholders who've been lending their expertise. The Business Reference Group, many of whom are represented here today, my colleagues from the Governance Steering Group and the councils, umbrella business organisations, representatives from the further and higher education, InvestNI and many more. The result, as you will see, is a strategy that is visionary, a strategy that is confident, that highlights our strengths and potential, but it is also a strategy that doesn't pull its punches. It identifies gaps that are hindering our way forward, and when I say I'm talking not just about the Mid-South West region, but the whole of the North. This region is the North's economic engine. It is a powerhouse, delivering so much, but there's a lot more we can do with the right support and the right investment. We need to close the productivity gap. Our productivity levels are £8,500 per person lower than the rest of the region. We can create more and better jobs, keeping our economy open to international investment. We can foster high levels of innovation and research and development. We can scale business growth through technology, and we can attract more tourists to this beautiful place that we call the Mid-South West. But there's something else that needs to be addressed and has needed to be addressed for a long time, and I'm talking about the deficit in our infrastructure, the result of decades of underinvestment and lack of prioritisation. Our businesses are achieving a great deal, however they aren't just facing international competition and getting their product to market. They're competing with clogged up traffic on our antiquated roads, not to mention a significant deficit in our connectivity and communication networks. Of course, we are now facing the long-term social and economic effects of the COVID pandemic. the last few months have been extremely challenging. They have laid bare structural weaknesses in terms of delivering better jobs, addressing skill gaps, and reducing regional imbalances. All of these issues are core to our strategy, but they have an added imperative now. And let me say at this point, we strongly welcome central government's recovery plans and their focus on addressing these weaknesses. The future is uncertain, but our strategy is robust. First Minister, Deputy First Minister, Minister Walker and Minister Dodge, your support is essential if the Mid-South West regional economic strategy is to be a success. Government must acknowledge the issues impeding growth and target investment to address the deficiencies that exist within our region. We look forward to working with you in the future. Once again, thank you all for being here. In a moment, you'll hear more detail from Roger Wilson, the Chief Executive of Armagh City, Banbridge and Craigavon Borough Council. But first, let's have a look at what the Mid-South West region and what we have to offer. Thank you very much.
We are Mid-South West. We are central to this island and central to its future success. And we are ready for investment. Our journey is an incredible one of determination, optimism, and now more than ever, a renewed ambition. We are the economic engine, the backbone and thrust of this region's success. We are an entrepreneurial people, our work touching every corner of the world, our people building, feeding, saving. We are truly international, connected, respected. And we are a place and people of beauty, home to Heaney and Beckett, home to lakes and mountains, home to kings and bishops. We are partners with each other and the world, creating a region for all kinds of people to live, work and play, driving economic and social success. And we are ambitious for our people, our businesses, our spaces and places. This is our time for investment, to connect, to skill, to protect and enhance, to welcome all who choose Mid-South West. From the shores of Lough Neagh and the banks of the Bann to the lakes of Lough Erne, we are Mid-South West, and we are ready for investment.
Thank you, Councillor Malhan, and good afternoon, everyone. Can I also welcome you today, whether you're joining us in person at Edge or you're joining us online, you're very, very welcome. I hope you enjoyed the video and got a glimpse of a place that is enterprising and enthusiastic, a place that is busy and beautiful. On behalf of my colleagues, I will be outlining the strategic strengths of the Mid-South West region. Today is about our future, our opportunity, our prosperity, and our growth. This regional economic strategy that we are presenting today outlines an ambitious and confident way forward for the Mid-South West region, and indeed for all of Northern Ireland. It was an important initiative when we first began working on it, and it's even more important now as we continue to deal with the economic effects of and the recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. As you've just heard, we're looking ahead with determination, optimism, and renewed ambition. Our strategy has been developed in close collaboration and consultation with many of you who are here today, government departments and agencies, Invest Northern Ireland, Tourism Northern Ireland, skills bodies, business representative groups, educational institutions, universities, and crucially, businesses from a wide range of sectors. Your contributions have all been vital. This is because we believe strongly that putting our businesses and our economy at the heart of this strategy will be the key to its success. This will ensure that funding support, whether public or private, is invested in the most responsible and effective manner. You may already be aware of the £126 million in growth deal funding confirmed by the UK Government for this Mid-South West region, and the similar amount that has been pledged by the Northern Ireland Executive. These are very positive and welcome beginnings. Growth deals are one very important area of funding, but we intend to pursue other opportunities, such as investment through Peace Plus and the Shared Prosperity Fund, to name but a few. So why are we doing this? Well, we've just shared with you a video which depicts the heart and soul of the Mid-South West. But now we want to set out some key facts and statistics which highlight why the Mid-South West is important to the wider economy and what our vision for the area is. So there you have it, a fantastic story of success so far, but also a vision of so much more that this region can deliver. Mid-South West is the economic engine for the whole of Northern Ireland, a thriving, innovative powerhouse whose contribution to economic activity and prosperity has quite often gone unrecognised. Just look at some of the major companies that are rooted here, including those who are included in our business reference group and who have been instrumental in the development of this strategy. It's a long list of names, but it includes the likes of the Kerry Group, Dunbia, Kingspan, Terex, Moy Park, Balcas, CDE Global, Almac, Strathroy Dairy, Heron Brothers, Irwin's Bakery, Quinn Industrial Holdings, Severfield, Block Blinds, Linwoods, Euro Auction, Granville Cold Storage, and of course our host today, Edge Innovate, not to mention the backbone of SMEs that provide the supply chain to those companies. We want to see this list grow even stronger and longer. We want to encourage and support the kind of innovation and imagination that will supercharge our economy for the benefit of the next generation and help us adapt to our changing circumstances post-pandemic. So what's stopping us? Well, as the infographic video shows, and as Councillor Malhan has indicated, there are already key areas where growth is being impeded. The productivity deficit is one of the most obvious, but that's also an opportunity. Under the right conditions, we could see significant expansion to benefit the whole of Northern Ireland. Then we have connectivity and infrastructure, key areas to help us close the productivity gap. We have been disadvantaged for far too long from the lack of investment in this region in infrastructure, and that must change. Facilitating transport, promoting communication, providing access to land, energy and water are the bedrock of prosperity and well-being in any competitive economy. These are absolute priorities. There are also challenges relating to labour and skills and business growth, and we need to improve business survival rates by enhancing leadership skills and technological support for growth and development. In terms of tourism, quite simply, we're not making the best of what we've got. We need to take down the barriers to out-of-state tourism growth, including the physical accessibility of the region and digital connectivity. We need to increase the collaboration with all tourism and visitor attraction agencies and organisations to effectively promote and market our tourism product, near and far, globally and locally. Our ambition sits within a wider policy landscape and aligns with the UK Industrial Strategy, the draft Northern Ireland Programme for Government and the Northern Ireland Economic Strategy. We're clear there must be a regional approach to growth, a regionally balanced economy and a recognition of the particular considerations that our position along the border corridor brings. So now on to the strategy. And as you've just seen, it's structured around 4 intervention pillars: future-proofing the skills base, enabling infrastructure, boosting innovation and digital capacity, and building a high-performing tourism economy. Our interventions will be geared towards delivering exponential and long-term benefits, including increasing productivity levels and closing the productivity gap, driving business growth, protecting our unique sectoral advantages and realising sectoral opportunities, creating more and better paid jobs, rebalancing the regional economy, and increasing our global impact and underlying the benefits to the Northern Ireland economy. I'm going to turn very briefly to each of these pillars. Future-proofing the skills base is becoming ever more important. It's a top priority emerging from our engagements with business. We want to ensure that the requisite skills are available in scale and profile to underpin our region's ambitions and those of our already very successful businesses. As well as requiring significant financial investment, we are seeking to drive change in 4 policy areas: access to labour and lobbying for a different migration policy, policy changes to off-the-shelf apprenticeships, extending the range of higher-level apprenticeships and degree apprenticeships available in our region, and a greater focus on shared apprenticeship schemes. On infrastructure, if we're to get anywhere, we need to have a road and rail system that enables our business to access all areas, including ports and distribution points. We have pinpointed where road improvements are needed: the Armagh East Link, the A29 Cookstown Bypass, the A4 Enniskillen Southern Bypass, as well as the development of the A3 Armagh North and West Link, the A29 Dungannon Bypass, and the A32 Omagh to Enniskillen. But it's not just roads and rail. Investment must also be targeted at addressing broadband, mobile coverage and reliability, transforming our high streets to be places of choice for our local communities, enabling access to available industrial land, driving investment in electrical supply, supporting opportunities for regeneration and site development. And of course, fundamental to all of this, we must consider measurable and transparent sustainability targets so that we too play our part in addressing the climate emergency, creating a better world for generations to come. We want to boost innovation and expand our digital capacity, and one key area is advanced manufacturing, which has enormous potential. We're placing our ambitions in this area into the Northern Ireland-wide ecosystem and at the centre of what is being discussed with the City and Growth deals, AMIC in Belfast and CIDRA in the Derry City region. Our ambition is to create an innovation and skills academy delivered by the South West College in Dungannon. In relation to agri-food, our impact is global. We'll support our colleagues in Caffrey in the development of a Northern Ireland Agri-Food Robotics Centre at the Loughry campus, and we'll work in collaboration with AFBI to develop a Centre for Agri-Tech Innovation. We will develop agri-food incubation space to support the food development for smaller SMEs, an area that's currently being explored by the Southern Regional College. In the Digitech sector, we'll develop a network of digi-hubs to support further growth. In addition, we're exploring a number of potential health innovation proposals, including a new build health and care centre in Cookstown. Finally, we want to focus on building a high-performing tourism economy. What a vivid reminder we've just seen as to how special a place this really is. The Fermanagh Lakes, the Sperrins, the literary heritage, the cultural significance of Ireland's oldest city, Armagh, where Patrick established his first church, and much more besides. And let me say that the recent announcement of the commitment to the Game of Thrones Legacy project is a welcome investment. We want to see the development of our tourism product, including cross-border, through actions that stimulate, de-risk and expedite quality hotel investment, as well as improving infrastructure for routing, signposting and visitor engagement. However, we know from Tourism NI and their research that the main barriers to growing our visitor economy are accessibility and connectivity. The infrastructure deficit raises its head again. So what are our next steps? Well, we have already engaged extensively with our businesses in key sectors, with politicians locally, regionally and nationally, with central government, with education and the wider stakeholder community. That is going to continue. We will also continue to work closely with other city and growth deals to ensure we complement each other and provide maximum benefit for Northern Ireland PLC. We have outlined the scale of our ambition and the need to support investment to demonstrate significant GVA output. We will continue to welcome the input and guidance of our industry and business base. We need their continued engagement with this initiative as we move forward. The collaboration of our three councils to develop the Mid-South West Regional Economic Strategy is a model of what can be achieved by people working together for common good. But we don't want it to stop there. We are living in truly life-changing times. In years to come, people will look back on 2020 and the coronavirus pandemic and see it as a challenging experience for us all. But let's make today a positive moment in our history, the beginning of something transformative, the next exciting chapter in the development of Northern Ireland's economic engine, the Mid-South West. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to grow our economy, to boost prosperity for everyone, and create an even better place to live, work and play for the next generation. So let's do this together. We need the continued support of all of you here today and for those who are watching from afar. And of course, we're delighted to be joined by First Minister Arlene Foster, Deputy First Minister Michelle O'Neill, along with Minister Dodds and Minister Walker. Your attendance here today really does demonstrate the importance and the significance of this region, so it is appreciated. And with that, I'd now like to invite First Minister to join us on the stage and then be followed by Deputy First Minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Roger, for that presentation, and can I thank also Anthony and Alison for the leadership you've given to this process over this past period of time. I'm delighted to be here today to join with you all at the Regional Economic Strategy for the Mid-South region. Let me first of all say it's good to be back in Edge Innovate, and I want to say to you, Dara, congratulations on your new factory here, and congratulations on the most recent award, the Queen's Award for Enterprise. It's wonderful to see what is happening in this part of Tyrone. I'd love to say in this part of Fermanagh, South Tyrone, but I think you're just outside Fermanagh, South Tyrone, and you're in Mid-Ulster. But despite all of that, I wish you every success. You're a great example, I believe, of what can be achieved globally from this base here in the Mid-South West, so congratulations. This is a very exciting moment for us all, and can I congratulate whoever put together the video presentation. I thought it was a wonderful representation of this area, and indeed brought a lump to my throat when I was watching it. I think it is testament to the creativity and the determined spirit of the people of this area, and the ability to find a path and develop solutions that work for the good of all, no matter the nature of the challenge. And of course, as we've heard from Roger, those qualities have never been more needed than now. As you know, this is the part of the world that I grew up and live in. Indeed, I was thinking when Roger was speaking there, your three ministers from the Northern Ireland Executive all represent a part of the Mid-South West. Michelle in Mid-Ulster, Diane in Upper Bann, and myself in Fermanagh and South Tyrone. So you do, when you speak about speaking to local politicians, you're actually speaking to three of the members of the Northern Ireland Executive. And I think we all know well how much this region has to offer. We know its strengths, we know its history of manufacturing excellence, and of course of its great beauty and hard-working, energetic and resourceful people. And I want to congratulate all those involved in making this initiative a reality. The level of cooperation and coordination between the three councils and the engagement and consultation with key stakeholders that has led to the development of this blueprint, I think is something very much to be welcomed, and I think bodes well for the future. And I want to commend the three councils for coming together and working so constructively to secure funding for their growth deal. The City and Growth deals provide a real opportunity to reshape our approach to delivering place-based growth, so we can capture the strengths and the opportunities of the Northern Ireland economy and hopefully drive economic growth and prosperity for the benefit of all of our people right across the province. And the City and Growth deals, as you know, brings a welcome £1.3 billion of capital investment to Northern Ireland over the course of the next 2 decades, and we're very pleased that Minister Walker is with us today representing Her Majesty's Government. And that money that is coming into Northern Ireland is made up of an investment of £700 million by ourselves in the Northern Ireland Executive, along with the UK Government contribution of over £600 million. And the nature of our City and Growth deals means that private sector investment is going to be leveraged in to each of the deals, and that's going to enhance the investment potential of our City and Growth deals and provide attractive investment and, importantly, partnership opportunities for investors across a number of different projects and sectors covering the whole of Northern Ireland. And I really believe that the strategy today that we're launching and helping to launch provides an excellent roadmap for realising that deal. And we've all seen and experienced the unprecedented disruption in all aspects of our lives as a result of the current pandemic. And we continue to have to respond in the Executive to that emergency. However, we also need, and we know this very keenly, that we need to plan for the longer term. So the development of a regionally based economy with opportunities for everybody is vital to helping us with that economic recovery, rebuilding our economy post-COVID-19. And I think that the strategy launched today is an example of that longer-term planning in action. And I'm sure the Minister for the Economy noted some of the key issues that she's been talking about in terms of apprenticeships and skills and productivity and fostering innovation. I hope you noticed it was fostering innovation, is very much part of the Northern Ireland-wide strategy. So I think that it fits in very well. So let me finish by saying I want to encourage the councils to continue to engage proactively with the private sector and ourselves in the public sector stakeholder group, and to reiterate my congratulations on what I think is a very exciting day for this area. We are producing a strategy, we are securing funding for the area, so well done to everybody involved and many congratulations. I'm now going to hand over to the Deputy First Minister.
COVID has us all doing things that we never would have thought we'd be doing. Can I just say firstly that I am absolutely delighted to be here and be part of what is such a good news story for the entire region. As Arlene said, whenever something's local, it's always even more special. And I think the fact that you have 3 government ministers here who are here to support the work that's been done on the strategy in itself is hugely significant in itself. I grew up here, so I understand the people. We all understand the people. We understand the entrepreneurial spirit that's here. We understand the business continuity. We understand all those things. So I think that just to see today the strategy being launched is such a positive thing, and I'm only honoured to be here and be part of it this afternoon. I know that huge work has went in to get us to this point, and at different points we have met and discussed the development of the strategy. And I just want to commend the work that's been done across the 3 council areas, because even that in itself is a challenge, getting people to work across council boundaries. So well done to everybody to get it to this point. I think the video, as Arlene said, the video showcases exactly what we have, and it's absolutely amazing. And sometimes you need to be reminded about what's around you and what's in your doorstep, and to be proud of it. So I just want to commend everybody for what is a very positive day indeed. When I was we were at the Hill of O'Neill in February, and that was still at the development stage of the strategy. I don't think any of us would have predicted at that time that we'd be sitting today, having come through 6 months of COVID and the whole change to our everyday lives that we have come through. But I think as a people we've weathered it well. Sadly, a lot of people have lost their lives, and we still have a battle in our hands, and it's big decisions for myself and Arlene and the entire executive as we try to chart our way through this, whilst dealing with the COVID crisis, but at the same time trying to look towards the future and what are the opportunities and what are the challenges and what do we need to do. But we try to chart our way through that as best as we can. But I think that all of that makes this strategy even more important, and the fact that as we try to rebuild an economy out of what has been such challenging times, but as we try to rebuild that and try to make things stronger and try to make a more fair economy, a more regionally balanced economy, then it's strategies like this that are going to help us to be able to do that. I was struck by 2 things just in terms of the strategy itself. Firstly, the amount of work that's went into it, and as I said, I commend people for all of that. And secondly, the fantastic partnership effort. None of us have the luxury in this day and age to work in silos, whether that be government department to government department, councils to councils, businesses in the private sector. I think that we have to collaborate. It's the only way we're going to be successful. And I'm a big believer, and always have been from days away back in Dungannon Council, that you need 3 component parts to make it all work. You need government, you need business, and you need education. And if those 3 component parts work together, then there isn't anything that we can't achieve. So collaboration is going to be the success, I believe, of this strategy. As Arlene has said, this is home to us. This is ground that we know. And we also understand, the host of innovative firms that we have. And Dara, I want to commend yourself just for having us here today, but also for the way you've grown this company, from strength to strength. And that is just typical. I know many other people who are here today and who are watching online, who we've watched grow over many, many years. And it's just been absolutely amazing. And quite often, if we're honest, that's been without government support, or perhaps not as much support as people would have wanted to achieve. So I think that you have to recognise that and commend people for all of that. But we also know, as the video set out and as Roger has set out, the enormous potential that there is here that we have. And I think that as the strategy rightly focuses on productivity and improving productivity and creating more and better jobs and addressing the economic infrastructure, growing investment, supporting innovation and improving skills, that's all going to be enhanced by the City Growth Deal funding that's been achieved for the area. And it is a fantastic opportunity, and we'll have to grab it with both hands, and we'll have to work hand in hand to try and drive it forward. I think that this is going to, obviously, naturally, it's going to create much needed jobs in this area, and that's something that we all very much welcome. And it offers people hope for the future, that there's something, it's about hope, and you have to always look to the future, and you have to always offer people hope. This growth deal, I think, the Mid-South West Growth Deal provides such a tremendous opportunity to drive sustained economic growth across the region, supporting our local companies, developing new products and services that we can sell globally. It's going to help, in my opinion, help turn the corner on what previous speakers have talked about, the issue of regional imbalance. And I believe that this is now, this turns the corner, and let's keep walking around that corner, and let's continue to work together to regenerate, to expand, to support. Let's take on the challenges that many speakers have referred to, the issues of connectivity, the issues of infrastructure, access to industrial lands. These are all challenges which we have. They're not insurmountable. Whenever there's a will, there's a way. So we're here because we want to be part of that. We're here because we want to support you in all of that. You've already demonstrated yourselves that you're masters of collaboration. That's borne out in the strategy itself. So I look forward to walking with you every step of the way. We look forward to working with you as you develop the plans, and we are in no doubt challenging times, but this is a very positive day in the middle of all of that. And it's not about burying your head in the sand, it's about identifying the challenges, it's about identifying the opportunities, and it's about here's the way that we're going to move forward. So best of luck to you, and we look forward to walking with you.
Thank you, First Minister Arlene Foster and Deputy First Minister Michelle O'Neill, for your contributions and for recognising the contribution of the region and its economic output to the Northern Ireland economy. As Vice Chair of the Mid-South West Region Steering Governance Group, it falls to me to bring these proceedings to a close. This has been an important milestone in the Mid-South West Region journey, and I would like to thank all of you for joining us today. You leave here with a copy of the Regional Economic Strategy, but I hope you will also take away something else, namely an understanding of our ambition and a recognition of the commitment that we will be required from all of us, including you, to make a reality over the next 10 to 15 years. We are immensely proud of how far this region has come in such a short period of time. But we're also fully aware of what must be done to build on that initial success. What's needed to rebuild following the pandemic and supercharge the growth of our collective economy. It's going to take a lot of effort, but with your support we can achieve our overriding goal of ensuring inclusive prosperity across the Mid-South West region, and in so doing addressing the historical regional imbalances in Northern Ireland. I'd like to offer my own thanks to everyone who contributed to the development of the strategy: the Business Reference Group, our Governance Steering Group, Morrow Gilchrist Associates, Oxford Economics, the Lanyon Group, and the many other stakeholders who invested their time. I'd also like to thank councils for their leadership and colleagues in the Northern Ireland Office, the Ministry of Housing, Communities and Local Government, the Department of the Economy, and the Department of Finance, with whom we have worked closely. We're grateful for your continued support as we embark on the next stage of our journey. A final word of thanks to Dara for allowing us to host the launch at Edge Innovate, and to the Lanyon Group and the Mid-South West Region team for making it happen. Thank you all, and as you depart, remember, we are Mid-South West and we are ready for investment. Thank you and stay safe, and don't run away because we have some food and hospitality afterwards, and you can mingle at a social distance. So thank you all and take care.
We are Mid-South-West. We are central to this island and central to its future success, and we are ready for investment. Our journey is an incredible one of determination, optimism, and now more than ever, a renewed ambition. We are the economic engine, the backbone and thrust of this region's success. We are an entrepreneurial people, our work touching every corner of the world, our people building, feeding, saving. We are truly international, connected, respected. And we are a place and people of beauty, home to Heaney and Beckett, home to lakes and mountains, home to kings and bishops. We are partners with each other and the world, creating a region for all kinds of people to live, work and play, driving economic and social success. And we are ambitious for our people, our businesses, our spaces and places. This is our time for investment, to connect, to skill, to protect and enhance, to welcome all who choose Mid-South-West. From the shores of Lough Neagh and the banks of the Bann to the lakes of Lough Erne, we are Mid-South-West, and we are ready for investment.